Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Now That You Mention It podcast with Roll, J, and RJ.
I'm Roll.
I'm Jay.
And I'm RJ.
First of all, guys, we would love to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Merry Christmas.
We'd like to say, Happy holidays. I hope everybody's doing well.
How you doing,
Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I know it's been a rough year for everybody, but you know what? 2020 is almost over. We'd like to introduce a few guests with us tonight as we go live tonight for our Christmas broadcast. Of course, everybody knows our brother Gabriel from the MFSB
Live.
Yes. And of course, we got world famous TikToker Annabelle down in the bottom. Hi, Annabelle.
Hi.
Say hello to the world.
Say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
Yeah, Merry Chrysler.
First of all, guys, we would just like to say, of course, thank you for all the love and support that we get, especially on this fine Christmas day. I just want to remind you, you can go check us out at Now That You Mention It
.org.
Yeah. And then don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button so you get new alerts when new content comes out. Don't forget to join our audio-only podcast out on Podbeam, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcast. And don't forget to hit up our social media. Of course, we're live on Facebook. We also have our Instagram page, our Reddit page, our YouTube page, and our Twitter page. So, guys, we really, want you guys to reach out for us. Come talk to us. We know that you're out there listening, and as we start off this broadcast, this is the way that we know that you're out there listening. Funny story about what happened today on Christmas Day. I think kind of simultaneously, Roll, RJ, and I got Christmas packages delivered, and these were these cool nutcrackers from the Houston Association and Hospitality. What is it? Houston and Hospitality
Awareness and Hospitality Association,
or HaHa for short. Yeah, we get that one. We each got a personalized card, which we thought was really funny. Guys, this was a great gift. We really appreciate that. Let me throw that out there. Of course, this all stems from, of course, my love of Houston. And it was pointed out in our
for the record, these two are always defending Houston.
Yeah. So I don't know why the Luka hate was necessary, but
or the shot at the Dallas Cowboys, that was really uncalled for.
Because it's Houston, and that's why they're jealous.
What I call Houston, the toilet of Texas.
Oh my God! See, you're gonna be added to their hit list too.
What the heck, guy?
But be honest.
Hey, hit list MFSB Live. Check me out if you're watching on Houston. If you want more Houston trash thrown at you, I take trash to a whole nother level.
Houston, we love you.
No peace here. No peace. You get straight feedback from here. So trash. That's it. Trash for a city. The city of that should be their moniker. Like New York has Excelsior or whatever. Houston should be the city of trash. So just saying.
You guys are wrong, man. You guys are wrong.
Just saying.
So bad.
There's some great people in Houston. I just want y'all to know that.
Hey, I didn't say the people of Houston were bad. The city's trash. The Houston people are okay. I know some people in Houston too, and I know some people in Houston that want to move to Dallas.
That might be the first step towards making amends.
Yeah. So season's greetings, Houston.
Clarify that. Maybe next time clarify that it's the land or the terrain, whatever, not because when you say Houston's trash, the people of Houston are going to take that as you're trashing them.
Well, people of Houston, I invite you guys to move north to Dallas. You're welcome here. You'll find it's a better environment.
Yeah. It's your choice to live in a dump. So I'm just saying.
Oh wow!
Free will.
Oh, God,
man,
scorched earth. Hey, this is supposed to be the season of peace and joy.
Yeah, it's a piece of joy.
Oh,
And,
yes,
like I said, thank you for the Christmas present. I really appreciate it. I thought it was really cool. Actually, honestly, we joke and we laugh but I thought that was very sweet of somebody to, send us a olive gift from the city of Houston. I thought it was very cool. Um, you know, my jaw kind of dropped when I got it in the mail. I'm like, wow, somebody out there in Houston actually took the time to send me they took the time to listen. First of all, they took the time to hear that, yes, I have some problems with Houston. And they also took the time to hear that, my wife loves nutcrackers. And so they sent me a decorative Houston Texan nutcracker. I thought that was very awesome of them. That was very cool. So whoever did that, we appreciate it.
No, I agree. I mean, the sending the nutcracker was a nice touch, and that was, I agree with you. That was cool. It won't be going into my cowboy den, but we'll still keep it around. But again, the letter was kind of funny. The letters, I should say, they were kind of funny, and kudos to whoever set that up. I don't know about yours, Jay, but mine came in a really big box.
Yeah, mine came in. It was in a big box, and I opened the big box, and then there was a little box in there.
And then there was a little box on the inside, right? And that
with a card attached to it.
Yeah.
No, but whoever sent that to us, man, kudos. Really appreciate it. Great gift. That nutcracker, trust me, my wife put it up there with her other nutcrackers. The 35 or 40 other nutcrackers that she has around the house. She got a good laugh out of it. I got a good laugh out of it. I thought it was very sweet, very cool of you. Whoever had sent that, we really, really thank you. I really appreciate it on this fine Christmas day. So that being said, guys, how's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, there's a comment. There's a comment. Luis Pa says, "I don't like Houston either." Welcome aboard.
That's my friend. Hi, Luis.
All right, Luis. Well, welcome aboard.
Thanks for
Thank you
continuing to listen to us. But
thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome
I think this is a lifelong.
He listens to every episode. So.
Oh, thanks, Luis. Thanks for the support. Merry Christmas, Diana. Merry Christmas, sweetie.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there watching.
Yeah, everybody, yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We really appreciate it. And I think by this point, all of us are tamaleed out. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm about done with tamales for a couple of days at least.
I haven't reached my limit yet.
Well, and we're going to be making a few more. We made some. My wife and I were up till probably about 1:30 in the morning making tamales yesterday, and we're going to try and make some more tomorrow. Yeah, I know that helped a little, and we're going to try and make some more because the boys wanted to make some tamales, but they didn't get a chance because of the schedules. But we're going to try and do some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
You wanted to make some or they wanted to eat some? There's a difference.
I want to make some.
Well, just to pull back the curtain a little bit, guys. We as a family have over 70 years of being in the tamale business. So it has been a family tradition for as long as I've been alive on this earth. So yeah, there is a bit of a passion that goes into it for all of us. So yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful tradition to have. It has brought so many wonderful things to, I believe, all of our lives here. So I think it's a great tradition that carries on, and I'm glad that you guys are still involved doing that. I have been as well, even that getting to see it, because it brings a whole different atmosphere. I don't know about for you guys, but it does for me, as far as like being involved in it and what it actually adds value to how we are as a family. So yeah, I really do like it. I really love that everybody gets to be a part of it. A little bit different this year, but that's okay.
Well, let's be honest, man, because as far as anybody can remember, tamales are a Christmas tradition in the Hispanic community, and not just in the Hispanic community, even here in Texas. Even tamales are a big tradition for a lot of people in the Texas community, and living in the state of Texas. That it's just a big deal in our community for tamales to be around at Christmas time.
Hey, Jake.
and it's very cool that that we still carry on that tradition. That we still
mom live with
that we're able to carry that on, and it's very cool that your dad has been able to take that down to you guys, and the fact that RJ wants to make tamales is
I'm on live with my brothers, Jake.
Blessing.
Mute my mic.
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's the memories that you make. I'm not gonna sit here and proclaim myself the best tamale maker, but I am, and it that's not what matters. It's the memories and that you get to recall upon that matter. But having grown up, at the factory to an extent, not working there, of course, but growing up there, being there, I always loved tamales. So I never really get tired of them. But the one thing I do love about the Christmas holiday season is that you get to try so many different variations. We didn't do it this year, but every once in a while we have deer tamales. Grandpa was always notorious for his sweet tamales, bell pepper and cheese, bean and cheese. So one of the many great things about Christmas. Hey, Joseph.
Hey, Joe. Well, to me, one of the most fondest memories I have about growing up in the tamale world and having a tortilla factory in general was having hot, fresh tortillas coming off the conveyor, and then you go grab one and you walk over to the pot of the tamales and you grab a fresh tamale out of there. You put it in the hot tortilla, and man, that was like the greatest experience ever. I would say it accounted for probably about 50 of the pounds that I have on my body right now.
And luckily, we touched on this last episode, but it appears that, hopefully soon things will be getting better with COVID. I think, with everything that's gone on this year, that's definitely made this Christmas challenging for some people, but I think in its own way also very special. A reminder of, just truly how lucky we are and what the holiday season is about.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's hopefully, as things start to throughout the year, everybody starts, those who want to, I guess, start getting the vaccine, and I think that as we start to filter through COVID and start to get better with life. I mean, I can only hope and pray that 2021 is going to be a better year for everybody. Hopefully we'll see some rebounding going on. But it's going to be. I think it'll be great that at some point we'll be able to get back together as a family and go hang out and carry on some of the traditions we weren't able to do this Christmas.
Hey Jay, this is Roll, your brother.
Yep.
Aside from your famous nutcracker that you got, what was the best gift that Santa brought you?
He brought me some fresh pajamas, dude. And let's be honest, at this day and age, that's all I can ask for, man. I don't need toys. I don't need a PS5. I remember this as a kid. Always having to shop for dad was one of the hardest things in the world to do, because what do you get a guy who has everything he wants or even needs? And I've gotten to that point in my life to where I have pretty much everything that I want. I don't really need anything. So I know that my wife probably has a hard time shopping for me. But hey, clothes is always a good deal. And I got some new Christmas pajamas this year, which were awesome because I don't know about you guys. I don't know how y'all sleep. I don't want to know how y'all sleep. I don't want to hear all that mess that's going over there. But I sleep in pajama bottoms. And so I have a variety of different pajama bottoms, and I like having different ones. And so that was an awesome gift for me.
I'm just glad to know that you sleep in pajama bottoms. That's all I needed to know.
Well, man, I got an awesome gift card so I can go get fatter somewhere else.
Is that Cheesecake Factory?
Olive Garden, Cheddar's, Seasoning 52, Bahama Breeze, Yard House, and Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice.
Cool. It's a Darden food.
Okay. Darden Food Group. All right.
While Brother Gabriel's hosting his own show over there.
Apparently.
Well,
he's talking to somebody, but he ain't talking to us.
you know what?
So you guys, just so you can see it, I don't know. I'm live on Instagram with my buddy Jake.
Okay.
And of course, I was being live with you guys, and then I kind of let other people know that we're live as well. So that's who you see, Joseph Mowry. He's actually somebody that is part of. So he's probably watching on YouTube right now. So I got multiple people trying to watch you guys what we're doing right now. So you guys have a different set of eyes on you right now. Just letting you know.
Well, we welcome all the new
appreciate it.
viewers, definitely. We appreciate it. Each and
It
every
is.
one of you.
So I guess I better go pay attention to these guys.
Well, what I'm excited about
Yeah,
coming
they're
up
watching.
to
What
the year
are
end
you
is
doing?
it
You're doing
looks
your own show over there.
my fantasy team
All right. Well, I'm gonna
hopefully
sign off, brother.
might
too.
be repeating as
Right.
champions.
Whatever, dude. You got to get by me first, homie.
That's like asking
Okay.
Jesus to walk on water.
Oh my God.
All I know
Wait a
is
Jesus walk on water?
He's already done it. He's
my
already done it.
individual,
Oh, he's
my
already done it.
individual players have some very favorable matchups this week. So if I have a good first week,
I
you
like
know.
my chances. Plus, I don't know if you may have noticed, but the team got a rename for the championship.
Yes, I saw all your rename for the
God's
championship.
on my side at this point. So
Oh wow. Brash, the young, how brash they are, right?
I know.
Man,
That's
what
all
does it
right
say?
though.
taking the bull by the horns. What can I say?
What is this saying? How's it goes? Oh gosh, never mind. I don't even want to say it because I'll butcher it. I won't even think about it. Came across my mind.
So,
well.
what's one of your favorite things about Christmas time, Uncle Gabriel?
Oh, for me, for me again was just the spirit of being around family and of course fellowship with friends and stuff like that that you either have made through the year, and then also for me, like reflecting back on a lot of the things that you went throughout the year and remembering the things that were kind of important in your life. I think those are really really vital things to look at about this time because you think about a lot of things of either how far you've come as a person, or you think about maybe new things that have happened in your life, and recently, like one that just happened to you, that's going to change your life, right? I mean, so you look at those things at this time, and you really look at them through a microscope, and you find out how many things you've been blessed for throughout the year. And I think that's where the spirit of thinking about Christmas and what it actually means to somebody, even screw the whole thing about the present thing. I think we learn that we learn that thing as adults to get past. It's great, but I think it's really the other part about this, that what it means, that makes you more grateful, right? So I'm grateful that I got my health, I have my family, I have you guys. I have an online community now that I'm very grateful for. So there's so many things that I count in my life that are that I'm blessed to have, and I hope to continue to have these things through whatever happens the next year. I mean, this for me. This is what it really means to in the spirit of giving, is to give as much as you possibly can and not worry about what I receive back. I think what I receive back is the feelings and everything that I'm getting now. That's, to me, is like one of the greatest gifts, is to say, you know what, I feel love, I feel generosity, I feel all these things that people express to me separately. So yeah, for me, that's one of those big things. And of course, just learning how to deal with a lot of things that I had to work past emotionally, because this is a very hard time for, I don't know if it is, probably it's for all you guys as well, but for those who don't know, our father passed away 2 days before Christmas 7 years ago. So it was a very difficult time afterwards to feel like you could be in the spirit of Christmas and giving and everything else. You had to work past a lot of those things. And even now, time does heal wounds, but it still comes back and it can still feel sort of fresh at times. And that's why you gotta you take heed of what you have and everybody around you, and that's use that support system to help you feel a little bit better about it and work towards celebrating more about his life and what it meant and how
Yeah,
we.
I agree, bro. And what was particularly special about that last Christmas with him was obviously he died right before Christmas. So we had our traditional family Christmas Eve get together and unwrapping of the presents. We had it a couple days earlier because we weren't sure he was going to make it all the way through Christmas. He was obviously winding down, but I'll always take with me the memories of that last Christmas, most especially because we all showed up in pajamas. We spent pretty much the entire week with him, but that day more especially, we were there all day with him. A few of us had spent the night, which we hadn't done at Dad's house in a really long time.
Yeah.
And again, just to have all the grandkids, everybody there. So it was extremely bittersweet because we had an opportunity to celebrate together one last time as a whole family, and then to lose them a couple days later. So I agree. Christmas has been a little bit of a challenge, especially those first couple of years, because the first year was the hardest, obviously.
Yeah.
Dad was, as we all know, Dad was huge into the Christmas spirit. I mean, him and Mom decorated the house. They had presents for everybody. Even Santa Claus would show up at the house and visit with all the grandkids. And again, we would just have everybody in Dad's den, and it was just pure and utter chaos, right? As you have all these children frantically unwrapping their presents, and obviously we were a very blessed, and we continue to be a very blessed family. So I agree. Having the sense of Christmas come back in its full fervor is something that I appreciate more and more now as we get further along.
Well, before anybody else moves on, I want to let our viewers and listeners know that tonight, on a one-time only time basis, I will be having to leave here shortly and clock out a little bit early, but I'll be leaving you in the good hands of my Uncle Gabriel, as well as my sister and our friend Wishbone over here. But one comment on Grandpa's passing was, yeah, it was difficult at first, but in talking to my girlfriend or my fiance about
Get that.
It took me a minute to get used to that one.
Yeah, I kind of thought about it, and him passing around this time was kind of, and it was his. It was so him, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, because he loved Christmas, and when you think about it, even though it's hard to wrangle us all together, when the 23rd comes, we all usually try to go in at least a couple of groups to visit his grave, and I think we all think of the fond memories of him. So I think in its own way, it's kind of unique that he died around this time. Obviously, I have a little bit different feelings about it because he wasn't my father, but he was my grandfather. So it was difficult for me too, but I understand that it was probably a lot more difficult for you three.
Yeah.
But my point is that him passing around Christmas in its own way was kind of special, because I think in some ways it does bring us together around these times again.
Yeah, and I think that's why I love that you say that. I love that you say that, because it actually has made me think about what can actually come out of something like that. When you look at it from that sort of time level of now being 7 years since he's passing, but it is a great way to think about it, because like I said, I had a friend who we need to, excuse me, I'm sorry, before we go, before you got to get out of here and before I get off the point.
Yeah.
Topo Chico, if you want to sponsor the show, we would love that.
Yeah.
We love your product so much that we drink it live on air. So since Houston is watching, the toilet tech somebody down there might be watching from Topo Chico, and let them know. Please, we will back the show. You guys appreciate any kind of sponsorship. We would love to have you guys on there because I'm a big proponent of your.
We'll get right on that since you call their city a trash city. But anyway.
Well, hey, I'd be happy to call it the Now That You Mention It podcast with Roll J and RJ, sponsored by Topo Chico.
Yeah,
it'd be a mouthful to say, but hey, I'm down.
Here we are live in the Topo Chico studios. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I'll leave you in good hands.
Merry
All right.
Christmas.
See you later. Merry Christmas. There he is. No, but to his point, it was a really good point, and this is what I was going off on because I just had a friend recently pass away. And I think dealing with what happened with my dad around this time made it a little bit easier to kind of wrap my head around. Number one, and number two, at some point it will become, and I'm glad he said this, is where it'll be something that'll bring us together, give us a reason to celebrate beyond just going about Christmas.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that's a good silver lining, and he kind of pointed out. So I'm glad that he said that. I love that. There you go. Look at that.
So Annabelle, let me ask you a question. What was your favorite Christmas present this year?
I have two.
Okay.
And
two.
They're both by my brothers, and they're questioning me on who is my favorite brother due to my Christmas gift. So RJ got me a Harry Potter wand, and the wand is Hermione Granger because recently I've been obsessed with Harry Potter. And Alex got me AirPods.
Uh-oh.
Which I've been needing those.
Well, and the wand that they gave her, or that RJ gave her, is an interactive wand. So if she actually goes to Universal Studios into the Harry Potter portion of the park, the wand supposedly can interact with the theme park. So if she takes it with her, she can cast spells at the theme park.
Well, gee, Dad, what do you think has to come next?
Yeah,
we already planned it before this whole COVID thing, and then COVID said no.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
Well, I a few years ago, Annabelle, believe it or not, because I am obsessed with Harry Potter, as you know.
Yeah.
Your Aunt Diana gave me a Harry Potter wand. It's a Harry Potter model that controls a TV. So when you flick it, changes the TV. Flick it the right way, it'll change the channel. You flick it a different way, and it'll turn the volume up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called the clicker. No,
it's an actual Harry Potter wand.
Hey, but that's the progression of technology, because Dad used to have that same power. I don't know if you remember.
It was called Kids.
Yeah, Jay, go change the channel.
Hey,
Rose,
interesting. Hey, this is something interesting use of terminology there, Annabelle. Do you know that's probably a more antiquated word than you know about? Not a lot of kids would understand what a clicker is. They're most.
You know why they call it a clicker, Annabelle? Y'all don't answer this. Y'all don't answer this. Annabelle, do you know why they call it a clicker?
I don't know why.
Tell her, Roll.
Yeah, because of that. Because actually, the original remotes were buttons you had to actually push, and they clicked every time you pushed them.
Yep.
So, and because they weren't like just on a touchpad sensitive, they were actual toggles. So when you push
so the first time I ever saw a remote for a TV was at Grandma's house. Yep. Our Grandma's house.
Yep, that's right.
It was a little box about yay big. It had 3 buttons on it.
Yep.
Click, click, click. And that's all it did.
Yeah.
That's why they call them clickers, Annabelle.
It was the on-off. It was the on-off button, and then the channel up, channel down. No, it didn't have volume.
Oh,
okay. You couldn't control volume that way.
Because the old TVs that they had the pull button volume where you had to pull it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you had to twist it to turn it. So you couldn't control the volume with the clicker. All you could do was change the channel up or down and turn the TV off.
Yeah, you could turn it on or off and turn. Yeah, like he said, it had a channel up and a channel down and the on-off switch, and that was it.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. That she had to heard that terminology from you guys because most people call them remotes.
Right.
And
Oh,
just when I heard her say it, I said, okay, that's like the mom and dad influence. You can hear it.
I either call it a remote or a clicker, but I usually call it a clicker just because I think when I was little, that's what I heard more was clicker instead of remote.
Where's the clicker? Where's the clicker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like the way of the rotary phone and everything else these days.
Well, it's funny you were saying that because while we were having dinner just a short while ago, we were talking about the progression of telephone technology, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I was explaining to Annabelle that while I was dating my wife, you know, what do you call? While I was dating my wife, we used to have the phone that was mounted into the kitchen. I don't know if y'all remember.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
While it had a pretty long cord, it wasn't like super long. So you basically had to stay either in the kitchen or in the dining room if you wanted to talk on the phone, right? And none of this roaming all over the house, going into your bedroom, none of that mess, right? None of that mess. It was we had, I think Dad, if I remember correctly, they had one in the bedroom, and then we had one up front in the kitchen, and that was it, right? So, and you actually had to get up and run and answer the telephone because it wasn't in your back pocket to pick it up and do this. The other thing is the technology. Then we didn't have caller ID or any of that.
No.
So you answered the phone call. You answered the phone every time it rang.
Well, hell, we didn't even have the technology of multiple lines. So if somebody was on the phone and you tried to call somebody, So I think, Roland, you and I have had this discussion in the past before that, we ourselves are third generation American, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican American. Our grandparents were born here. Our parents were born here. We're born here. Annabelle.
Well, technically second, no?
No. We're third.
No, we're third generation, buddy. Because great grandma and great grandpa are the ones that immigrated from Mexico.
Right.
Right.
I thought grandma
all of our grandparents were born here in America, pal.
No, she was born in Little Mexico, right?
Yeah, grandma was born here in Dallas. She was born over there behind El Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So third generation.
So, but my point is, we're to a generation now that is never going to know a world without flat screen TVs or without iPads or without cellular phones or without a lot of technological advances that have been made in our lifetime. I mean, we remember what TVs used to look like. I mean, Annabelle has, I guarantee you, I don't know, maybe she has never seen a console TV. Do you know what console TV is, Annabelle? That's where the screen, which was roughly about this big, was in this big wooden box, right? That had big speakers in it.
Up, Travis?
And part of it would open up, and you'd have you might have a record player in there.
That's my boy Travis last year watching.
But it was basically a piece of furniture, It wasn't, it wasn't just a TV. It was a TV / something else, and you could actually, put stuff on top of it. It was a big wooden box. It was a piece of furniture, so you could, you can
Merry
decorate
Christmas.
on top. You have a doily on top. Hey, Beast Mode, how you doing?
That's Travis, bro.
Travis, Merry Christmas, Travis.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
But and it took up a better portion of the living room. Our grandma used to have one.
Bro,
in the living room. We used to have one.
That tells you enough about it already. Is you could climb on top of your TV.
Yeah.
At any one point. So that kind of tells you about like what it was actually like when you're talking about the whole TV setup and everything. Because now TVs are so light.
Yeah.
I mean, one person can actually lift them. There was no way you were lifting a TV back in the day by yourself.
No. Hell no.
that was a 2-person job or 3-person job sometimes, but it was especially like when you had one of those big on the ground sets that were like huge, the bigger
the
size
console.
screen, the huge ones where you had the fold out open doors and stuff. That was uh, you're talking about, that's like almost like a 300-pound armoire nowadays.
Yeah.
It was huge to kind
And
of
then
see that.
Annabelle, forget about it. Fighting over the TV, because it's not like everybody could. You could go into the other room and watch another TV, because you only could afford one TV in the house. So if y'all were stuck fighting over what to watch, and
no,
it was
that was
usually the older
okay.
sibling who won.
Another thing about this is that, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. We were a little bit more blessed as younger kids than most.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of crazy before. It would be kind of crazy to tell your friends, "Oh yeah, we got a TV in almost in every room." That would be like, "What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What does your dad do?" That was like insane to think about. That not everybody had. I mean, nowadays it's okay. It's probably a bit more commonplace, but back then it wasn't. It was kind of mind blowing for a lot of folks to be like that young and of course, let me preface it by saying these weren't huge TVs. We might have had like a small 32. I mean, not even that size. It's probably more like a 22-inch black and white or something in there that we might have had in the room. It wasn't the most impressive thing, but it was a TV. Right.
Yeah.
So we had that in each room. So everybody, if somebody wanted to, where go, hey, not only that, and then things got a little bit more high tech when Dad had a satellite put in it, and it's not like the satellites that you're thinking about now, where it is like DirecTV and Dish and HughesNet, where they put a small dish up there, and this was an actual like almost.
It looked like a science
No, it was like it was almost like broadcast quality satellite, because you had to have transponder point locations.
Yeah.
Coordinates. You had to have the coordinates to pull in the signal. So it was one of those things where like it was very insane, because we would put in the coordinates and then you'd have to wait for the satellite to actually
rotate. It would rotate, remember? And then it would
real slow. It takes like 10 minutes to go from satellite to satellite.
So like when people, and here's the thing, like when people who had like cable, right? They were only, depending on where they're at, they were only getting one feed in their house. So if it was HBO that they were watching, it was the HBO that was in their time zone. So if it was, if we wanted to watch something, say we caught something that we liked on the HBO East feed, so that was East Coast time, we could watch it, and then we would actually go back and we could catch the West Coast feed. 3 hours later and watch if we wanted to watch it again. So it was different as far as like how it was almost like growing up in your own. It was like having your own broadcast channel, wanting to see everything that you wanted. So, it was kind of fun as a kid to be able to have that. And yeah, because our dad, I guess he kind of was a tech junkie a little bit. He always wanted the most advanced things, stereo systems. Heck, we had, bro, you were one of the first ones to have a CD player in your school.
Yeah,
I know.
Back when CD players were $800.
But for the record, Dad didn't buy that for me. I bought that on my own. That's when I was working during the summers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I spent my own money. Now here's what's the really sick part about it. That first CD player, which only had you can only put two CDs in.
Yeah.
That thing cost me $350. And the damn CDs were like $30 a piece.
Yeah,
man.
30. I remember $40 for a CD.
Oh man. But I remember when I first bought it and I brought it home, man, I was like so jazzed, that hey man, we got a CD player and hook it up to the stereo speakers, and I was like, oh man. but I only had 3 CDs because I blew so much money on the damn player I couldn't afford any more CDs. So, so we had to listen to the 2 damn CDs, the same CDs for at least a couple of months until I saved up some more money.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing about now. Like, remember, in our lifetimes of the things we had to get to this point. Same thing with like dial-up internet and I mean, that's a whole other topic as well, because I got into like the whole internet thing whenever it was first taking off and having to use dial-up internet service. My first probably 45 minutes before I even got online was just hooking the signal up, and getting online just to go onto like AOL chat or anything else, where nowadays it's like where kids can just essentially just pull up their phone and they have everything in the palm of their hand.
Annabelle, just so you understand the concept of dial-up, what he's talking about is you had to use the phone line in the house to be able to access the internet. So you had to make sure that nobody would be on the phone at the same time as you, because if you were trying to download, if you were trying to get something, if you were trying to get on the internet and somebody in the other room picked up the phone, that's it, man. Your computer time was shot because you can't do anything. And okay, so Annabelle, you've downloaded songs on your phone before, correct?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to download the last song you downloaded?
Maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a time when to download one song, it would take the better part of 4 or 5 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
One song. And forget trying to download an album.
Maybe like 30 minutes, not 44.
No, sir.
One song.
It wasn't no 30 minutes to download a song. You're crazy. Dude, no, you're nuts, man. Well, you don't know nothing about downloading music. You don't download music anyway. That's what you got kids for. Good Lord, dude, what are you doing over there?
I don't know, trying to set me on fire.
You worry about the podcast.
Okay.
A bunch of leaves in the fire.
Weed?
Yeah.
Leaves!
Yeah, like I'm gonna throw weed in a fire.
I heard what I heard, man. That's all I know.
Then get your internet fixed.
Right? You always make fun of us for having that.
RJ says he remembers the virus he put on your computer from downloading music.
Yeah, he sure did. Remember Napster?
Yeah.
Yes.
That kid was downloading all these pirated songs and got my computer infected with the virus.
Cool.
RJ.
Exactly. She's like Napster.
Napster and LimeWire
and all. Oh my gosh. There were so many.
I know RJ used to download illegal music, but
no, suspectedly.
Yeah, it was alleged.
Allegedly that he was trying to download. We don't know for sure. There's no evidential proof.
Yeah, nobody has any actual video or audio of him actually doing anything like that.
I can tell you the computer that had it, it's gone.
Oh yeah,
well, dude. If you're still holding on to that computer, you got issues.
No. I'm just saying that the hard drive on that damn thing was fried like the next day, so I basically had to scrap it.
There you go. Allegedly.
Even RJ said allegedly.
Allegedly.
Totally not like I ever got a confession from him. He crashed 3. Mom just came out and said he crashed 3.
3?
Yeah, 3.
Man.
I know, man. That's the life, man.
Right. Man. Well, that's the struggles that we've had to go through. But now that I looked at what the kids got this year and looked at all the stuff that they pull for Christmas and and you see how much technology has changed and what they, in how they receive their gifts. Like there's tons of kids who this year probably got probably got new tablets, new phones, whatever it was for the gaming. Oh, okay, there's one. That's pretty simple for me. My least favorite Christmas song. This is the one that whips me every single time that I hear it. It's like the biggest nut kick to get whenever I hear it. It is George Michael's Last Christmas. Ugh.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next
That's my kryptonite. If I was Superman and they
just made it worse by singing it, bro.
Hey,
yeah,
I don't care, dude. I'll Christmas carol all day long if you want me to. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay,
my
favorite that I like is a little bit more different. It is a song called "Marshmallow World" by Dean Martin.
What?
Love that song.
I've never heard this.
What? You've never
heard Marshmallow World?
Yes, you've had to have heard it. Yeah,
they play it every year.
They play it every Christmas.
Marshmallow
look it up.
Yeah.
Type it in Marshmallow World, Dean Martin. Now that's my favorite Christmas song. That's just for me, but like I said, and to tell you the truth, there's a tie for my least favorite. Actually, there's two of them. And I love this artist. I love to hear his music. I listen to it all the time whenever I just want to listen to it. But Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Simply having a wonderful
The intro to that song, the intro to that song is like fingernail scratching on a chalkboard. That is like that just grains me and just knocks me to a whole nother level. So when I hear those two songs come on back to back, it is like, I don't know, it's just the worst.
Yeah, Annabelle. So let's hear what's your favorite and your least favorite Christmas songs.
I gotta look at my Spotify playlist for this. Ooh.
It's probably more updated for her.
I know. I will say my favorite is gonna be me and my best friend.
Oh, I've heard this song. Yeah.
I told you.
Best friend. This is our favorite.
The world is snowball. See how it goes. That's how it goes.
Which one was it, Annabelle? What's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite is "Last Christmas" by Mariah Carey, and it's simply because I have a lot of memories with that song.
Oh, hey, Teresa. My friend Teresa's watching on YouTube. Welcome to the show, Teresa.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, so which Mariah Carey song, Annabelle?
Last Christmas. It's the same. I think it's the same. It's the different version of what George Michael sings. Maybe, I don't know. I've never heard it. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna shoot on share screen so you guys can see it. Hold on.
All right. So what's your least favorite song, Annabelle?
Least favorite? Oh wait. I don't have a least favorite because I like all Christmas music, but if it has to be like my least favorite, it has to be one of the newer songs. Definitely one of the newer songs. Because they try and do remakes of the originals, and it never turns out good. Never turns out good. Some of them are good, but
yeah, the Taylor Swift version of Last Christmas beats me to no end too. Where she tries to remake George Michael's song. That song beats me. Her version. But I like All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. That's one of my favorite Christmas songs.
That's the one I meant. I said Last Christmas. It's because I'm over here looking at Last Christmas and under All I Want for Christmas Is You is Last Christmas by Wham.
That's one of my kryptonites is that song.
I love that song. Every time it comes on, I do that.
I would play that song so much. It just.
I'll agree with you there. They play it a lot.
Well, you know, Annabelle, we talked about this on the show last week. I don't know if you watched it or not, but every year Mariah Carey makes about an estimated $20 million on that song every Christmas.
I don't blame her. That's my best friend's favorite song, and I can guarantee you my best friend puts a lot of gives her a lot of money from listening to that song on repeat. Even during the summer.
So Gabriel, on our last episode, we each discussed what was our favorite Christmas movies. Just, you know, you don't have to go through a list or anything, but, you know, if it's Christmas time, what's the one movie you feel like you have to watch to really complete your Christmas season?
Two of them.
Okay.
Okay, very simple. One is controversial. We've already talked about it before, and it is controversial. People do or do not accept it as a Christmas movie. Die Hard. For me, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
So my question is, you watch Die Hard every Christmas?
Oh yeah, man!
Really? Wow.
I love watching Die Hard. And that's the wonderful thing about it. That's why you don't even have to watch it during the Christmas season to enjoy it. But yes, I watch Die Hard. I am an action, self-proclaimed action junkie when it comes to that. And then second for me was a later in life movie that's probably become a classic now. But when it came out, it was still kind of fresh and new. But it is Elf.
Okay.
And that's probably a nut kick to some.
That's a nut kick movie for me, dude. I hate that movie.
I absolutely love that movie because there's so many quotable lines that I can remember about it. I mean, him going into the coffee shop was one of the best for me. Right? He's really laughing.
You did it.
You did. It is wonderful for me that I actually love that movie so much, and
I love the part where Miles Finch is in the conference room, and he goes after Miles Finch beats him up. He goes, he must have been a South Pole elf.
Awesome line,
man. I cannot take Will Ferrell in that movie. I just can't. And, you know, Will Ferrell's kind of like Adam Sandler to me. There's a couple of Adam Sandler movies I like, but there's a lot of Adam Sandler movies I don't like. And I think I'm kind of on that same boat with Will Ferrell. There's a couple of Will Ferrell movies that I like. But there's a lot of Will Ferrell movies that I don't like. You know, to me, Step Brothers is one of the funniest movies out there. I love that movie. The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's called Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. That's one of I love that movie too. That one makes me laugh. But there's other ones out there, man, that I watch him in. It's just like he's so over the top and so like I just can't take it, man. I'm like, oh God, this movie's horrible. And Adam Sandler's like that with me. There's a couple of Adam Sandler movies that I like, but the majority of them, I can't take them. Jim Carrey either. I don't like Jim Carrey.
I think there's some guys that you just have to take with a grain of salt because that's they get into these roles of having to be the over the top guy every single time. But you know, here's the thing about it. That's kind of like it's just like music. You're depending on your taste on what it is. But
yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I like all of that junk that you don't. I find so much humor in it, and there's some people that will agree that they're such big fans. There's a reason that a lot of those movies make a lot of money, because people love. Yes, there's a line right there. There's another one. Step Brothers line.
Yeah. That's a great line. I'm telling you, man, Step Brothers is a funny movie. It just is.
So this begs the question then: do you like both of those movies, the two that you mentioned, Jay, with Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Is it because John C. Riley's in those movies too, and those
You know
two
what? I think that may be it. Is the fact that because I think they're a good comedy duo.
Yeah.
John C. Riley and Will Ferrell. But and maybe that's what it is. But there's other movies that he's in ensemble cast with. What's the one where they're? God, I cannot remember which one it is. Where they're college.
Oh, Old School.
Old school. Yeah. I hate that
God.
movie.
I love that. Is my absolute favorite thing of Will Ferrell's is Frank the
I
Tank.
hate that movie, man.
Oh my
Which one?
gosh, how could you?
Old School.
Old School.
You hate Old School? Frank
Oh.
the Tank? Huh?
Who?
Frank the Tank?
I can't do it, man. I cannot sit through that movie.
Oh, the dart scene itself is worth the price of admission. The dart scene is just enough for you to walk away that they've made so many pictures and memes and pulled audio from that. I mean, as soon as he gets it in the jugular, that's the first thing he says. Is this bad? Is it? I mean, come on.
Lord.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, we agree to disagree. That's the good thing.
Well, boys, we're coming up on the hour. And,
yes.
While it's always fun.
It's fun.
And we enjoy just talking to each other, and unfortunately during this time when we can't really always physically be together, it's fun just to get on here and laugh together. Any last words before we sign out for the night and let everybody enjoy their Christmas with their families?
Yeah, just once again, I really want to thank whoever this was in Houston that sent these. Nutcracker dolls. Fantastic gag. I mean, that's a good bit, man. I got a real chuckle out of it. Really appreciate it. My wife appreciated it. She loves Nutcracker dolls. So yeah, thanks whoever did that. Really, 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 really appreciate it.
Maybe I've been taking the wrong approach. Maybe I should have been doing what you guys done instead of saying about somebody's product or something. Maybe that'll work for me. It's like, hey, this is trash water that I'm drinking, Topo Chico. But just in case, I'm open to.
Well, let's think about this though. Let's talk this through, guys, because in all sincerity, we each got now a Nutcracker with the Houston Texans logo on it.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing, right? So what do we do with it? Well, for Jay, like I know your wife is crazy about Nutcracker, so she's probably going to keep that. And now every Christmas, you're basically only going to have to be looking at the Houston Texans somewhere in your house. Me, I'm going to try and figure out how to lose the damn thing, right? Because I sure as hell ain't going to want it in my den for, especially at the holiday season. I don't know what RJ's going to do, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to like trash it or anything like that, but still, it's kind of like one of those white elephant gifts, right? It's, I think it has a double meaning to it. And so now, it's one of those situations where, yeah, you got a gift, and yeah, it's neat that someone did this and sent us these things, but by the same token, it's like, yeah, I really don't want this. Yeah. What do I do with it? Hey, maybe I'll give you mine, Jay, and then you can have two at your house.
You have two of them. Yeah, there you go. Bookends. You have bookends. So, all
right, guys. Well, really appreciate you joining us tonight on this very special Christmas edition of the Now That You Mentioned It podcast. We just want to wish your families from our family a very, very, very Merry Christmas, a very happy holiday, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating this time of year, merry and happy to it. Whatever you're not celebrating this year, happy, merry and happy to that too. To each their own.
Just don't be a Scrooge. That's all.
Yeah, don't be earlier.
And again, please, check us out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button so you get an alert when our new content comes out. Don't forget to go to the Now That You Mention It .org webpage. Go check out our content over there. You can listen to our audio only podcast on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts. Right. And we also want to say thank you to Annabelle for joining us tonight. Very special guest with us tonight. We want to thank our special guest, Gabriel, Brother Gabriel, for joining us tonight. And
Gabriel,
his people.
Yeah, before we sign off, go ahead and throw your show in there, bro.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, you can check me out. I stream live every night, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. You can check me out on multiple platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. You can follow us on our Twitch stream. Just type in at MFSB Live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. On YouTube, you can check me out at Made from Scratch Broadcast on YouTube. And if you're connected with me on LinkedIn, it is just go to my name, Gabriel Edward Leal, on LinkedIn. It'll send you to my personal page where you can connect with me, and we can go from there. So, Chocolate Thunder. Chocolate Thunder's in the house. So
Merry Christmas, Chocolate Thunder.
Whoever you are, we appreciate you stopping by, dropping it down in the comments, brother. If you're watching on their channel tonight, please remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever they do schedule new events, whenever they drop new video content on the channel, and of course, whenever they're live like they are right now. So, check it out,
don't forget to go give our Facebook page some love. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Twitter, on TikTok, and catch us over on Reddit.
Now that you mention it, .org website as well.
Yep. Now that you mentioned .org, Chocolate Thunder, Merry Christmas to you too. It was fun hanging out with all you guys tonight. And we will catch you again next week on the Now That You Mention It podcast. And thank you to Jesse P, because we couldn't do it without you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Good night.
Night.
Night.